because I wasn't going to, and then I just kind of felt it real quick. So this time turned in. So
well, tell us about this. So where are you from?
All right, I live in Wisconsin.
Okay, so from Wisconsin. Was this house in Wisconsin?
Yeah, it's a lakefront home. We've been flipping houses and just doing all different aspects of real estate. And along the way, we found a home that had been on the market for 457 days.
That's a while. And that's a good strategy. Was it a realtor you were looking, or?
We have an agent, but we do most of our own searching on our own.
Okay.
And
so how did you find this one?
Well, it's a high-end home, which is not selling, and it was a local lender, small lender, that took the property back.
So it was an REO property?
REO property. Okay. It was appraised 3-4 years ago at about 1.1 mil. And
that is nice. A nice
4,000 square foot house, 9 years old, 3.5 acres, 500 feet of frontage. Beautiful house. And we had no intention of buying this property as far as closing on it. But we had seen it on market for that many days. It had been listed 3 different times with 3 different agents. And I think it was at $449,000 was the listing price. We put an offer of $356,000. And took them about 2 weeks. They accepted our offer. And
they accepted just as is? They didn't even...
They accepted it as is, but we had 60 days to close, 30 days for inspection, as well as loan commitment. So day 20, I believe it was, we were doing our normal marketing, and we had a few calls, but nobody's really coming to the table. So my wife does a lot of stuff on eBay. We threw it on eBay for a 7-day auction, and not expecting to get an actual sale off of eBay, but just to get
some interest.
Sure. And Wisconsin is kind of Chicago's playground, so everybody from Chicago comes up, buys our land, buys our recreational areas to vacation. And so people in our immediate area, which is where our agents were marketing, they're not spending that kind of money.
Right, because the locals don't have that money.
Right,
so you're really
exactly.
Someone from Chicago.
So we had 945 views, and I think we got about half a dozen phone calls out of that. And we got a retired couple with all cash. They came in.
Dream, right?
They came in
suitcases of cash. So like, can we spend the cash?
They had not bought a house in 27 years, and it took me 3 hours and a couple of beers. We did buy them a couple of beers.
Big spender.
But we sold
import or local.
Domestic. We're in a recession. But after talking with them, we had an assignment clause in our contract, and we sold them the contract for $27,000.
How's that?
And they took it to closing. They had 27 more days till they could close, and we did let them pay us at closing with a small fee up front. But came in all cash, everything closed, and it was a fun deal.
It's $27,000, and minus one local domestic beer.
Well, it was a husband and wife, 2 domestic beers. So
that was your great job.
But we had 10 hours in the whole deal. So
that's fantastic. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. And you know, the thing that I think is that when you hear those stories, you realize that the stuff works if you actually do it. Now, did Derek know exactly how his deal was going to work out? Did he know everything before he started? No, absolutely not. But you know, the reason that Derek was able to get that win, score that basket, was because he was out there mucking it up, just doing stuff. Right? And that's one of the lessons I really want you to take out of here, is that you don't know exactly how you're going to score your goal. You don't know exactly where your success is going to come from. But I can tell you, if you get out on the court and you start shooting basketballs at the basket, even if you're not a very good basketball player, some of them will bounce in.